Hi, good afternoon. These are notes on percent problems, and this is going to be on page 52 of your notebook. So let's go ahead and get started. The way that I think about percents is percent just means out of 100. So what we're trying to do is create a fraction where the denominator is a 100. So there's two ways you can do it. Set up a proportion. So your is number over your of number is your percent over your 100, or your part over your whole is your percent over 100. You can also do an equation, so you can translate a sentence into the math equation. So your part equals the percent times the whole. The percent has to be in decimal form. Your when it says of, it's to multiply, is equal sign, etc. So right here, what percent of 80 is 20? So of 80 is 20. So I'm going to set that up as a proportion first. So is my numerator, so 20. And then out of 80, and I want to make this out of 100, because to be a percent means to be out of 100. So then I can just do my, I can do my cross multiply and divide, or you can see a relationship here, so that's times 4. So what times 4 gives me 100? So either way that you want to do it. I'm going to do the relationship here, so times 4. So then what times 4 gives me 100? So I know that's 25. So that's the 25%. Okay, that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is, again, with the equation. So you've got your percent, you've got of 50. So right here, part equals percent times your whole. So my whole is the 50. My percent is 12%. But if I'm going to do the equation, I have to use the 12% as a decimal. So my equation is going to be this. I don't know my part, but I know that it's 12% of 50. So then I can multiply 0.12 times 50. So 0.12 times 50 gives me 6. So x equals 6. So 6 is my part. And you can check it. So if you want to check it, you can do 60 over 50. Is that 12 out of 100? So let's see if those are the same. Well, I could see that this is times 2 and that's times 2, so I know that 6 works. Let's go back here and check it as well. So 20 out of 80, is that the same as 25 out of 100? I see that that's times 4 and that's times 4, so they both work. Okay? All right, 30% of what number? So we don't know the of. Okay, so that's going to be our x. We know our percent, and then is 45, so we know our part. So I'm going to set it up as a proportion. So 45 is our part. We don't know our of what, so that's our x, because it's is over of, or part over whole. Equals, I know my percent, and percent is always out of 100. And then I can look for a relationship. I don't see one right away, so I'm just going to do the cross multiply and solve. So 45 times 100, 45 times 100. And then divide it by 30, divide by 30, so I get 150. So x equals 150. I can check it, so 45 out of 150, is that equal to 30 out of 100? Well, I'm going to check it by seeing if their decimal is the same. So 145 divided by, or sorry, not 145, just 45, 45 divided by 150. Is 0.3, so 3/10. 330 divided by 100 is 0.3 or 3/10. So these are equivalent, so I know 150 works. All right, what percent of 76 is 19? Okay, I'll do the equation. So my is the part right here. So 19 equals, I don't know my percent, times 76. So I'm going to divide by 76. So 19 divided by 76 gives me 0.25. Okay, that's 0.25 as a decimal, but I want to change this to a percent, so multiply by 100, so I get 25%. I can check it. So 19 out of 76, is that the same as 25 out of 100? I can do the decimal, so 19 divided by 76 is 0.25, and 25 divided by 100 is 0.25. So you see that they do have the same relationship, okay? The rest of these are very, very similar, so I'll do the rest of these with you, and then all of the inside is your homework, okay? So 75% of what number? So I don't know my of, which is my denominator, is 45, so 45 is my is. My of is x, okay? You can just use this up here if you don't follow what I'm doing, is 75% out of 100, okay? And then you can just do your cross multiply and solve. And I got 60. So 45 out of 60 is the same as 75 out of 100, so I'm going to check with my calculator. 45 out of 60 is 0.75, and then 75 out of 100 is 0.75. All right, what is 35% of 400? So I've got my percent, I've got my of, so that's my whole, so I don't know my is. So what is, that's my x, of 400 is 35% over 100. And then I see this relationship here is times 4 or divide by 4. So I see a times 4, so I'm going to multiply by 4. So 35 times 4 gets me 140. So x is 140. And that's just using your proportion logic from last unit. Find 4.5% of 200. So 200 is my whole. I don't know my part. 4.5% out of 100. So I'm going to say times 2. So times 2. So x equals 9. Okay? All right, so you go ahead and finish these two, and then all the rest on the inside, I'd like for you to practice. Once you start getting used to them, they will go by faster. Okay? All right.